This is the reading for the Scorpio male in a coupled relationship. So I used the anchor spread, it's a little thing I made up myself here. Sex and love tarot cards and romance tarot cards, and we just go through the flow. See what's going on, hopefully to highlight some things that may be going on in your relationship, get you through some bumps, or just make you understand your partner in a better way from the interior out. And hopefully that smooths things throughout. So this is for the Scorpio male in a coupled relationship. I'm going to start with the first card, which is the Nine of Cups, and that's in the romance area, right? And this is a confusing card. It can be taken a multitude of ways. More and more as I do more readings with these decks, because it's fairly new, that we have a situation where a male here and the female, we got a couple, and the male is really titillated, he's really happy, and is kind of unaware that the female's not. The female is not happy, but the male is kind of, he's got his back, or he's against her, feeling her, but he's not seeing her face. He's not seeing. And of course, she's wearing a mask, he's wearing a mask. So there's a lot here that's not communicated between the two, but then nonetheless, she is not happy. But he is happy. So there's something here about a naivety within the relationship that the male is not picking up on. So this is for the male couple. So be aware of that. There's a lot of cups here that need to be filled. There's some that are empty. And I mean, there's the Nine of Cups is also a symbol of wishes being fulfilled. But his wishes are fulfilled, but hers are not completed yet. So be aware that you may have a partner here that's not happy, but you're just not aware, okay? So the next card I get that dives into the sex area is the King of Pentacles. And again, the King of Pentacles is about that ominous, that guy that comes in, he's overpowering the female. He's bigger, stronger, faster, whatever. He's going in there, and the woman is not even undressed yet, and he's going to go and grab her and, you know, have his way with her. So there's a real force here. The King of Pentacles usually is that grounded energy, but in this deck, he's a very ominous figure that the woman is almost in fear of, especially in this physical area. So we need to be aware of that fact, because I think we have a mismatch in the bedroom where we are feeling predated on, okay? So you may have a partner here. I mean, we've got two cards symbolizing imbalance, right? And this man is just taking charge. He's got his hat on, his king. He's the king, and I don't care. You know, so there's really two cards here signifying that we're taking too much control, and we're happy, but, you know, how's the partner doing? Not so good. So we got to be aware of that. The next card we get is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is all about mastering our emotions, feeling fulfilled. He is fulfilled. He wants to fulfill his partner, and he's filling his cup, getting ready to spill it and offer it to his partner. So we have a sense here of not pleasing the partner, yet we're filling our cup. So we may be pleasing ourselves in all areas, but really not thinking of our partner's feelings at all. So we have to take that into account. The next card I get to signify the King of Cups is the Six of Cups. So we're going backwards. We're the King of Cups. And to clarify in the bedroom, we got the Six of Cups. Now the Six of Cups is about thinking about a past love. Thinking about, it may be because you're in a coupled relationship, it may be thinking about how things were in the past within this relationship. Or it could be thinking of a past relationship that you had outside. either way. But it's the mind is somewhere else. Okay. Now the next card I get on the romance side is the Wheel of Fortune, right? So the wheel here symbolizes all the changes that come within a relationship, and like the Ferris wheel, it just keeps going. You know, we have an up, we have a down, we have an up, we have a down, we have an up. So these are cycles that happen within the relationship, and I feel like, you know, even with the king here, which is symbolized through the pentacles and through, because there might be some stability, but emotional security is not there. And the King of Cups also symbolizing that we have some emotional prowess here, but we're not going outward with it. It's a symbol I'm getting here. And usually that's not. The king he's doing it and he's lavishing outward, but I'm getting a sense, no, he's keeping it, but he hasn't given that cup away yet. He's trying to build up those emotions, but he hasn't given it away yet. And the Six of Cups is signifying, you know, where what we're thinking about. And then the wheel showing the ups and downs. Okay, so to clarify the ups and downs, we have the Knave of Swords. So the Knave of Swords is really about idealizing the female body. So that kind of goes with where the man is at. He's idealizing that body there, and he's in the physical sense of the word enjoying himself. But we have to be aware of the woman. Now the woman here is turned away. And usually when I have this in a reading, it kind of comes up with the singles that are looking towards someone in that way. Like, I want that. I have that. So it may be the way that the Scorpio male's looking at his partner. I want that. I gotta have that in an objectifying kind of way. So he has to temper that, because that has to do with the wheel. And the wheel is about lessons as well as change, right? So as we move down here, we get the Three of Cups. And it's interesting because he's right under the king, the Three of Cups. And this card is about a man going in a brothel and getting what he wants, walking back out. So there's no emotions here. Normally, in the regular deck, there's a different feel. The Three of Cups is celebrating, da-da-da. But in here, we're talking about a male going in, getting what he wants, and coming back out. And there's no emotions, okay? So a lack of emotion, really. So that's interesting, because all along here we're getting an objectifying of the partner that's there, and the partner is not happy, but I don't know that this is being discussed. And I don't know that the man is aware. He's just taking what he wants when he wants it. Now, the card I get on the sex side of things, to clarify the Three of Cups here, is the King of Swords. So, wow, we get the King of Swords is just amplifying that energy that I'm going to have what I want and take what I want, and I really don't care what you think. So not only is there a King of Cups here where we have emotions here, we have emotional sense of what is right and wrong, but we're not listening. We're not going to take that into account. Why? Because I need to be satisfied. It's kind of a take charge, but with a reluctance to take into account the feelings of the partner, which is very dangerous in a relationship, a coupled relationship. Makes that partner feel very insignificant. And even if it's not talked about, it's felt. So we continue on here. Now the next card I get, which is interesting, is the Five of Swords. Now the Five of Swords is about loss. So we may have a situation here where this man is losing his partner due to a fact that there's no respect, I feel. There's no respect for the partner. There's a respect for her physicality, the physical sense of who she is, but I feel like there's no emotions going outward. It's just give me what I want on a physical sense, and I'll leave the emotions out of it. I'm making my decisions without emotion. And this is getting him into trouble because there's a loss here, and that is regret, sorrow, and feelings like, oh, like, you know, and it's almost like we have a buildup of a bad way this man is really I have to watch how I say this. Disrespecting this woman for all that she's worth. There's not an understanding of this woman's worth to the depth that needs to be understood. And it seems like this man is going, I don't care. He knows he's not appreciating her, but he doesn't care. So as we move on, we get the 5 of Swords, which indicates loss. So this brings him to a crossroads where, you know, it's not working anymore. So the next card I get is the 7 of Swords. So that is absolutely the end. The woman has stopped the physical connection. That is it. So she has stopped. He is in regret of that. But nonetheless, there's a problem here. The physical stuff is stopping. She's feeling the sense of pawing at me and objectifying me. She can't handle it anymore. So it ends, right? The physical thing ends, okay? As we move on, I get the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands is about communicating outward. I want to get to know you. I want to know. So are we going outside of the relationship or inside the relationship? I feel like, because this is a coupled relationship, I'm going to go there first. I feel like it's trying to get back, you know, the validity in the relationship. So starting at the beginning and trying to convince her, you know, I got feelings here, but nonetheless, he's holding the bouquet behind his back. So he hasn't learned his lesson that he needs to divulge everything and go outward. But nonetheless, making an effort to go outward and exchange in that way. Now, to clarify that, we get the 6 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Pentacles is really, and I'm feeling this is the partner, the depressive feelings. And again, there's a man in the background looking over this woman that is sad. She's depressed. Her heart's been broken. And she's just can't be coming out. It's a very sad state she's in. And it's not an easy fix, you know. She's really having some problems here. Now, the next card I get is the 7 of Coins. Now, the 7 of Coins is normally about secret rendezvous, going out and trying to hide things, okay? So, is that what's going on here? Are we going to go outside, or is that what this person is trying to do? And then the partner, he's going out and getting someone else, and the partner finds out. Is that what's going on? So the next card we get is the King of Wands to exemplify the 7 of Coins. So the King of Wands is really about that all-encompassing love. Now the Wands, this is a Scorpio male we're talking about. So he's a water sign. Wands is fire. Makes me think, where are we going here? Actually, it's making me think that the partner went out and is getting solace from someone else. Like there's something wrong here, extremely wrong. Now, as I continue on, I get the Ace of Coins. Now, the Ace of Coins is really about solid, sturdy foundations, right? And even though it's kind of isolated from everything else in a romantic way, but we may have someone here who is interested in money more than love and romance. And that's really what I attributed to this card, is like I'm interested in the money more than I'm interested in the closeness here. So where does that sit? Where does that sit? You know, are we interested in a reward here? Is the male interested in the reward from the female, or is the female interested in the financial reward from the male? What's going on? The next card I get to exemplify that is the Emperor in the bedroom. So we have someone here who is taking charge. And there's no mystery there that the male here, the Scorpio male here, he is feeling very in charge of this person that he's in the relationship with. Absolutely, to a degree that it's overloaded. Okay, so as we move on, we get the Page of Cups, which is interesting because he goes from a king to a page, which makes me think he is now in the manipulation stage of working through this relationship. Now, the Page of Cups is an immature attitude emotionally. Okay, so we have a Scorpio male here who really is a king. Okay, but he's pretending to be the page. Why? So he can get what he wants. So it's that selfish nature that's really absorbing through the whole reading. There's a selfishness here in the Scorpio male that's coupled. It's interesting because the single Scorpio male is quite different. He's on a different path. But the coupled male, it's almost like he's stunted emotionally. And something happened here that he is just not getting it. Okay? So we have the Page of Cups coming in. And the card for the sex here is the Six of Wands. So going out and getting what you want. Now, if we deal with this all within this relationship, what's going on here is an over-controlling man in the bedroom, in the romance area, over a woman, period. Over his partner, he is controlling her to the degree that he does not take her feelings into account at all. When he makes decisions, he's making his own decisions, does not have to answer to her. In fact, she has to answer to him. And now, not just, so there's a sense here of a removing of the emotions in the romantic way. He's not engaged in his emotional center. He's engaged in his physical center. I don't want to say, but I can't. His physical sense is heightened. His ego is heightened. And I feel like that is something that is really driving this male. Now, as we get into this side, it gets a little dicey, but we have a situation here where the man is trying to impress someone, but not revealing the true sense of who he is. And that's that Five of Wands. Now, I'm getting a sense it's within the relationship because he really may have to answer here because the woman has turned her back on the sexual side, because I feel like the woman is in a soft sense understanding the man but not confronting or not standing up for herself. So when she does that, he knows he has to kick in with some answers. So he comes forth with that, but he doesn't have to divulge all the rules because he's holding back. If they expect too much of me, I have to give too much of me, and I'm not going to give too much. I only have what I want to give, and that's not very much. And that upsets the female to a degree where there's clearly something wrong. So now he cannot deny or wave off even the immature emotional state he's in. He cannot wave that off. So then there's a sense of running away here. Now, this is a secret rendezvous, but I feel like it's the partner running away from the male. I feel like the partner says, you know what, that's it. I'm out of here. I can't deal with this. Though they may not be leaving for good, they are leaving to get their bearings nonetheless. And then they get the King of Wands, which is a symbol of needing, nurturing, and needing a solid foundation in that way, loving and caring on all levels. They know they're missing that, and they want that. They want to go to that, but they're not finding it in the relationship they're in. And of course, the Five of Swords really symbolizes a loss here. So we've got to be careful that's not coming. The Seven of Swords symbolizes the lack of sex drive. Not, well, within the partner, but also, that's it, no more. And then the Ace of Coins, it could be down to the root of the relationship here. We're dealing with financial rather than emotional centers here. Like, this is a marriage of convenience, not of love. And convenience financially, not emotionally. Okay, so that's really the sense I'm getting from here. And the Emperor is really, he's turned his back on the money, moving towards an emotional immaturity. So he's going to stand his ground. He's going to get what he wants, and he knows that he is, in a way, asking for the wrong things, but he will not admit that he knows better. Just say, no, I don't know any better, and I'm going to get what I want, and I'm going to take it. And so I guess it's up to the partner to decide whether or not they're going to put up with that. because it's a very strong, controlling, overly egotistical, selfish personality that's coming through here. And it's sad because it's not rewarding, really deeply rewarding for either one of them. Even though the male is feeling a sense of satisfaction here, it is very much an ego-driven sense of satisfaction that does not last. So, and that's the feeling I'm getting here. It's just not going to last. So in that way, it's pretty heavy. We have two cards that break this apart. Now, whether that sticks or not, we don't know. And there's an attempt here to overpower the depression that the woman's feeling. Yet the woman is very much feeling like fleeing. She wants to go. She wants to get out of there. But whether or not she can release from the clutches is going to be really something they'll have to figure out, I guess, during the summer or spring. Look to my new readings here. But a very overpowering energy here that is just, it's upon a partner that is too harsh. The energy is too harsh and overpowering. It needs to soften, come from an emotional center. The keys are all there within. Scorpio male knows how to deal with this. He's refusing to do so. He has all the tools. He just says, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to please myself, and that is it. And I feel like this may be retribution from the past, not getting his way in the past. So now he's making someone else pay for someone else's mistake. And that, you know, that gets warped through the lines here. It gets warped. But nonetheless, he may be learning a lesson here, because I feel like there's a breaking point, at least a pause here, where someone flees and said, I can't handle this. It's too much, not enough. Too much overpowering, not enough for love and emotion, not enough from the base of who that person really is. And the Scorpio male is smarter than that emotionally. He's a lot more mature than he's letting off. And he's just hoping that the partner won't pick up on that. He's hoping the partner will just let it be, because in a sense, he's emotionally lazy. That's what I'm getting. There's emotional laziness here because I don't want to have to step up, because then that means I have to work. I have to work spiritually at this, and I don't want to work, and I'm not going to work. I said I wasn't, and I'm not going to, and that's it. And so hopefully, man, it's a heavy, grounded, strong energy here, and not of the greatest in an emotional sense. So whatever way this goes, I hope you have a happy Valentine's Day. Again, this is for the couples, so this could very well pan out over Valentine's time, you know, Valentine's Day or the month, but nonetheless, going to be a bumpy ride here. Seems like the Scorpio male is just not cluing in that the partner needs more than he's willing to give, and that's the key here. He's not willing to give, so he really has to let that person go to get what they deserve, and they deserve more than what the Scorpio male's giving. So they need to kind of release that out, because it's not fair. You know, the Scorpio male's doing it out of spite from not from what the partner's done, but from what someone else has done, and they need to let that go. This partner doesn't deserve it. So there's a lot of hard times coming up on both ends. You know, both partners are suffering, and just one's a little more stubborn than the other. So take care over this time. It's going to be harsh. Take care. I can't say have fun, because this ain't fun. This relationship is really not made up of fun. It's hard, and it's going to be rough. So take care, be kind, and try and come from your heart, because that's the only way out here. And if you don't know what that is, I think you need to take some time by yourself to figure out where that sits. So for the Scorpio male, take care, be kind, happy Valentine's Day.